MarathonJourney.com, v2.9. I'm your host, Eric Ralston, using the Jeff Galloway Run-Walk-Run program, taking me from an armchair jockey to a multiple marathon finisher. And we are here in Fresno, California, in front of Chuck Chansey Park. Why is a marathon runner standing in front of a baseball stadium? Well, that's because the Two Cities Marathon and a Half Expo is here at the baseball stadium. We're going to take you in, show you some of the vendors, and have a talk with our coach, Jeff Galloway. Come on and follow us along. Something a little different you don't always see. We get a hat along with our shirt, and if we finish, a medal sweatshirt. Pretty cool stuff. Welcome to Fresno. Texture pickup and an expo in a ball field. Of course, every time you go to record, the loudest PA in the world, because this is a ballpark coming up. But this is kind of a unique expo. It's here kind of in the breezeway of the ballpark between the lower deck and the middle deck. So a lot of people here. A lot of things to see.
And our first race to go off with John is the children 0 to 6 years old. And
they're getting ready for the kids mini marathon. The kids mini marathon runs along the warning track. Park here.
So parents are wondering, yes, parents
pretty cool. They got the kids
child if they're age 3 or younger. So parents, if you want to get out here in the outfield and run, you're more than welcome to do so. Leading at the line.
All right, that was the expo. Had a great time, some good speakers. Of course, our coach, Jeff Galloway, gave a couple of great talks and had a lot of activity down at the booth. Tomorrow morning is race day. We'll see you at the starting line, and we have a special treat for you at the start. We'll keep that as a surprise. In the meantime, we're going to try to get a great night's sleep, go drive the course, and we'll see you at the start. Welcome to Marathon Morning. You know you're early to the start line when they're still inflating it, but you never want to be late to a start. Here we are at the Two Cities Marathon in Fresno, California, waiting for everyone to show up. A little bit chilly this morning. Daylight savings time kicked in, so we actually gained another hour. So it'll be light by the time the start comes in. They're just getting things together. Plenty of porta potties. We'll take you around the start line, let you know how things are going, and then we'll take you out on the course for 26.2 miles here on MarathonJourney.com. See you a little later.
For the land of the free and the home of the brave.
According to your race bid number color, we're going to count down. So walk it there.
Okay, we're started. All right, we're closing in on mile 4 out here on a nice paved trail. A few spectators here on this rather nice morning. so far. Alright, we're heading up to mile 5. Picking up some of the other runners as they make that loop and come back. Had a really sucky start. And cramped up in both calves. My left foot went to sleep. Had to pee like you would not believe. But we're through with that. We peed. Our calves are better. We're getting feeling back in our legs. We're going to be bumping around just a little bit. So we'll see you a little bit farther down the race course. We are coming up on mile 6, and we've just been diverted off of the trail onto city streets, and it has suddenly gotten very quiet because we're not seeing the runners coming the other direction. And pretty much what it's going to be like for the last 8 or 10 miles of the race. So enjoy the solitude and a little bit of shade, and see you a little farther down the race course. Oh, and by the way, we just got passed by Endorphin Dude, Tony to win. Good luck on that PR. You'll be at the finish line. You'll be at the finish line long before I am. Well, I'll have to do a manual split on my Garmin because we just passed mile 6 and I missed it again. On the other side of the street. Big balloons, people screaming. Let's see a little farther down the road.
Oh, it's probably 10K.
All right, we're coming up to the 10K mat.
Straight ahead, full marathon, straight ahead. Straight ahead, full marathon, straight ahead.
We're about minute 20 past gun. Near as I can figure. And now we split off from the half. So it's just marathoners that are completing this loop, and it gets really lonely. Glad I got you guys out here to talk with. See you a little farther down the road. Welcome to downtown Clovis. Now this guy has the idea. Sit here and drink coffee, take it easy, don't exert yourself. And here's where being a marathon runner gets really lonely when you head towards the back and the only people you have to see are law enforcement. Oh well. According to the Clovis Veterans Memorial District, it's now 69 degrees. Heading towards mile 8. Look at that. You don't have to worry about jostling for running around. Totally cool. Here we are kind of in the San Joaquin College of Law. Intermediate school, big intermediate school, theater, really nice district down here, and it's so quiet. We're at mile 8. It's really nice to have these kind of classy mile signs, but in an urban environment they just kind of blend in with all the other signs. Alright, we're out on the loop for the marathoners that goes from like 10 to 11.2 miles, and this is a spot that made us change our strategy quite a bit because there was a hard cutoff that was announced at a 14-minute per mile pace from gun, and so we got with Jeff and said, hey, what are we going to do? And so we ended up starting with him and change our strategy to something that he doesn't normally suggest, and that is we pushed up in the corrals and started earlier instead of letting the corrals go by. So one of those things, when you have to get there, you have to get there, But we've made it, and from now on, any cutoffs that we miss, we just get diverted off onto other trails, and we still make the mileage. So this one was critical, and so we had to push the pace a little bit, so we're in great shape. So see you a little bit farther down the road. Okay, we're past mile 17. It is hotter than the blue blazes. We've had to cut our pace way down, so right now we're gonna finish mode. See you a little bit farther down the race course. Well, we're at the turnaround point, which is getting closer to 21 miles, and we are in survival mode. That is, we're gonna finish. And just getting it up there, we have a huge hill to attack, so we're gonna take that easy and then see what we got left to get it in. See you a little farther down the road. It is hot. Well, we are 23 3/4 mile into the marathon. They closed the road on us, so we are diverted off to a bike trail that they say ends up at the finish line. I'm not sure, but I guess there's one way to find out. This is pretty much the Bataan Death March right now. This is just getting us through and getting a finish, because we're not going to quit. So, in reality, less than a 5K to go. So, we'll see you a little further down the road. Well, we're heading towards 26 miles. I don't know where it is. I see the backside of porta potties from where we came in this morning. So, kind of following this trail along because it kind of parallels the road that we were on. I guess that's the idea. Comes up to the same mileage, and looking for the finish line. So a lot of people came by offering encouragement. A couple miles back, one of the volunteers stopped his truck and came running up the embankment and tossed me a bottle of ice cold water. So kudos to those volunteers out there. And from what they say, they're going to close the finish line at 7 hours, and it's 7 hours and 06, so it's about 7:08 gun time. So I'm sure the finish line is down, but we're here to finish what we started. So we'll find where that finish line was and we'll cross it, because it isn't a time that matters. It isn't anything else that matters other than finding something that's a challenge and conquering it and just finishing it. So we'll see you a little farther down the road. Well, we have a finish line. We may not have a time, but we have a finish line, and we're finishing what we started. Well, here we are at the finish of the Two Cities Marathon here in Fresno, and look at that, got a medal, got a sweatshirt, got a finish time, because people were waiting. Got it on overtime apparently. It is a PR. It is the slowest marathon finish that I have ever done in my entire life, but it is a finish. And no matter what you get out there to do, if you start something, make sure you set out to finish it. And if you go out and put one foot in front of the other, you can do it too. And if you're doing that, you're running, and we'll be seeing you out here on the road.